Hello and welcome to Hixxy Studio. In this video I'm going to show you how to make a card from this sheet of 3D pushouts from Yvonne Creations Back in Time collection. This one is called Picture and there are three images. You've got the guy with the camera that I've used on this one. You've got the guy with the camera on the tripod and the guy with the Polaroid. So there are some matching dies for the collection. I have used on this card, I used this die, which was the camera. There is also a die set called Polaroid, which would match with this guy here. So you've got the Polaroid camera, the Polaroid picture, and then these little things that you might use as props if you're doing like a photo booth, that kind of thing. Now I am going to be using this guy on the picture, this guy in the middle on the card that I'm going to make, and I'm going to combine the camera, but because he has a tripod, I'm going to use just an element from this other die set that's called Movie, and this one has a camera, a movie camera on a tripod, a film reel, a ticket, and a clapperboard. But all I want from this is the tripod that I am going to then sit the camera on, just to tie it in more with that particular image. But you know, you don't necessarily need to do that. Okay. So 3D pushouts are easy to use. They are they're on a decoupage weight paper. So it's not card, not like things like Hunky Dory or Kanban. It's a decoupage paper. And I always turn them over and I use a large ball tool and an old mouse mat, and I just run round to pop them out. They are numbered. If you have a look, there's three images on a page, and each image has its own color number system so that you don't get them mixed out. Oh, and while I'm here, there are three others in the collection. There's this one called Party, great for birthdays. This one called Movie, and that links with that movie set of dies that I showed you. And then this one is Music, and then there is a set of dies for that with the microphone, the cassette player and a cassette, and the gramophone and a record. So really, really great collection for men's cards. And obviously we've got, you know, Father's Day. Ideal if your dad is into, you know, photography or just going to the movies or into music in some way. I was just snipping off some little white pips that you get from where they were joined. So that's one. I kind of feel I'm overcrowding my space. Let's just push things out. So that's pieces 1 and 2. There's piece 3, and then we've got one piece down the bottom, which is piece 4. Okay. So okay, so we need a piece of paper. We're going to glue this together. Now I use 3D glue gel. You may prefer to use foam tape. It's a personal choice. I like the wiggle room you get with 3D glue gel. I like that you can get into some of the finer bits with the syringe and don't have to cut lots of small bits of tape. But that said, the drying time is what is the issue with the 3D glue gel, which is why I tend to make one up prior to doing the video demo, so it's already dry for when I come to assemble. I feel like I've got a bit of a blockage in that syringe, a little bit. And there's the last. there you go. So there is our last part of the image. So we'll put that across to dry, and I'm just going to whatever it is not gonna, it's not stopping it from coming out, but it's not coming out either. Right, okie dokie. So I have a 5x5 card here. Let's just snip that. Yeah. I've got a 5x5 card, and I've just cut some mats and layers. I've gone for red. I'm using the guy in the middle with a tripod, so I just kind of picked up the red from his bow tie. It's kind of a burgundy red. So I'm going to stick those on. Now this layer here, it's from a come on glue. It's from a set of digital papers that I have that are movie themed. There we go. But if you don't have something like it, you might be able to create it on you know, if you've got one like something like Craft Artist or My Craft Studio, or you could create it maybe in Publisher or something with free clip art. But yeah, I just like the idea of this. Now I have put because it's quite obviously black, I have put a piece of vellum over the top of that just to take it more into the background rather than it being sort of intruding too much into the sort of the main image. Okay, so that's that done. Oh, that doesn't work, does it? Right. Okay. I need to, we're going to use the camera die, and we're going to use this camera purely because I want the tripod. How much of that is going to show, I don't know. So I have already cut a few bits and bobs. I have already cut the camera in black and white because we're going to do a little bit of layering. I've already got part of the sentiment done. So and this is just a strip from that same paper that we're going to use on our card, just to add a little bit of interest. So we need to cut both of these. Where should we go? Where is it going to work? Oh, it's going to work there. Both of these from grey card. So, and then we're also going to cut the sentiment from the red card. Now, I'm using Karen Burniston's Happy Father's Day, number 1164. I'm not using the background die, the sort of matte die. We're just using the words, and I'm kind of triple layering it. All this. So we're gonna run these through with no shims to see what happens. So we're going to use these, we're going to cut into these to layer onto the grey one, just to give it a little bit more interest. You don't have to, but all the dies really in this whole collection are very snippable. Okay, we'll go with that. That's not quite cut, I can see, so I'm going to let that a bit more cut, and that's not cut either. We'll run it through once again without a shim, and if it's still not satisfactory, then we just add a card shim. So I've now got these. Put the camera die away. Now cut, and that is it. Right. Okay, let's just release all this from the dies. and clean that out with this dye. Oh, put that in the bin. Wouldn't have been good. And let's sentiment out as well. Brush over. And then that out. Just one little piece in the dye. Away. Right. Push that out. Okie dokie. So, right. Let's put the dye back so that I don't misplace that. Right. So, I am going to nip off this here because all I want from that is the tripod. Like I say, it may or may not be worth it. I think if it just reflects that, if you can see it, in a way it might have been better out of black. Shall I? Yeah, what I might do is just grab a. I might cut that again out of black and see if it looks better with the black. Sometimes you don't know until you do it. Grab that. And run that through. Okay. A piece of paper, we're going to stick the, here you go. We're going to stick the, my tweezers, my tweezers have gone warped out, but they haven't been there. I'm going to need my thin glue applicator. Just going to dab the glue on this. Now that little bit that hangs down from the Y is the apostrophe for fathers. So just be aware that's what it is, and not just some random little bit hanging off of the Y. It is actually there for a reason. Okay, so I'm just going to go up like so. Just move that down a little bit. Okay, so our sentiment there is done. Our little image is done. We're going to see if the black tripod will look better than a grey. Let's see. This. Pop it out. Okay. Dye. Oh, fingers and thumbs at the minute. And cut it off. There. Yeah, I think that's going to be better. I think it's going to show up better, isn't it? Yeah. So we'll go with the black. I'm going to clean this dye out. More piece. There we go. Right. Okie dokie. Back on track. Back on track. I think. So we don't need those bit. Okay, now I found that using my circle punches, these are the really old set of circle punches, worked best on these because I just felt that I couldn't cut the circles out very well. So we're going to use the grey as the base, and then I'm going to use him. I'm just going to use my tweezers to position as best I can. Now these my punches are not, you know, precisely the right size, but they do the job. So there's my center one there. And then I need, excuse me, the two there. So this is my smallest punch. So just, again, they're bigger than the actual thing, but it works. So, oh, what's going on here? That one there. And that one there. Oh, where'd it go? There. Then, also from here, I cut this bit off. And the way just cut across like so. So let's glue those on first, and then I'll show you how I got the little bits, the other bits out of the white. So I'm going to take my little one. Like so. Like so. That one. And that one. And that. And get that the right way. That. Like so. So I am going to now, with the white one, cut this bit off. And there is an emboss. You can see it. You might not be able to see it on the camera at the moment. There's an embossed bit that's smaller. I am literally just not very straight by the look of it either, but I'm going to cut there. So I just straighten that end up. And that will go on there. Like so. Now, for this, I think we need the middle-sized punch. And again, take my tweezers just so that I can oh, come on, you want to move, you know you do. Wasn't playing there, let's try it in a different angle. No, is that because I'm wondering if that's because it's not. Yep. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut a bit off the bottom, just because it's a bit too a bit too long. It's not sitting down. Right, there we go. Now it's gone in where I want it to. Just a case of wiggling it till you're happy, and then punching like so. Okay, so that bit is going in there. Let's do that. And there is a bit of embossing on that, so you want to try and get that the right way. Now, for the small bit, I used my crocodile on the largest setting. So, I mean, to be honest with you, you don't even need to punch these bits out. You could just do it out of any bit of white card, but And this is where my crocodile for once decides it's going to hold on to it. I have to admit, my crocodile is not perfectly, doesn't punch perfectly round holes, but it does a decent enough job because it sort of bends them as they go through. So that come out the bottom there, and a lot of glue onto that. So excellent. Our camera is now all done. So I've got this movie strip, so I'm just going to decide how long I want it. I don't want it to stick out too much. It will go about there. And I'm just going to put some glue at either end. So, and you probably will have to hold on to it just for a short while. Just that's me saying I didn't want it too far up. I can always push it down a little bit in the middle. Push it down a little bit like that. It will go a bit flatter. Okay. So I brought that quite a way down this time because I want to try and show off the tripod as well as the camera, so that it fits with the guy. Oh, it's not stuck. In fact, as it's not stuck, what I might do is just chop a little bit more for it. Glue down. And then there we go. That'll be better. That. So he's going to sit on there, and I'm going to use a bit of 3D glue gel with him. So let's put some glue on the back of the tripod. I'm going to use my little thin applicator. And the camera's going to go tripod go there. And glue on the back of the camera. Remember, you don't need to use tripod. You could just use the camera die, but I decided I wanted to try and sort of fit it in with the image that I chose to use. And then Happy Father's Day is going to sit on there. So let's put the glue on the back here because it's not much that's gonna. Put down into there. On there. And then I'm going to use some 3D glue gel on the back of the guy so that he stands up a little bit. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to put some glue on the bottom of these. I'm not sure where these are going to go for the minute. Right, let's see. Let's see how this works. Yeah, that'll do. Excellent. Okay, so my lids on the glues so they don't dry out, and then we can have a quick recap of all that I've used for these two different cards. Ugh, come on, you can go in. Right, so we have used this Aall Creations Back in Time 3D Pushout. This one's called Picture, and I've used the guy in the middle for this one, and I've used the guy on the right for this. I've used the camera die, and I can see I've used 3D glue gel on it now. I wonder if I've got time. Have I get that in time? No, ruin it if I do that. So we'll leave that. Yeah. So I used the camera die, but I also, to get the tripod, I used the tripod from the movie die. And then the other thing we said was, if you, for this one, there is a die set called Polaroid, which matches the Polaroid camera and the photograph. Okay. The sentiment is Karen Burniston's Happy Father's Day. There will be some more videos on the channel using this Back in Time, the 3D pushouts, the die. So make sure you have a look and see what else there is. Thank you for joining me.